All right, here at Beachwood High School with new Beachwood football head coach, Mike Gibbons. Mike, congratulations. You're coming from Brunswick, where you've been the defensive coordinator the last few years. Just what are your thoughts on becoming a head coach for the first time?
Well, I'm very excited about it. It's a great opportunity to come to a great school district here at Beachwood. It's hard to leave Brunswick. I had a great time there, but it's definitely, it feels good to make the next jump to be the head coach. So something I'm excited about. I'm ready to get working with the kids. I'm excited about that and excited about this upcoming school year.
You come from a long line of football coaches. Your dad's a coach, your brothers are coaches, your brother-in-law's a coach, kind of like the first family of football here in Northeast Ohio. How has that impacted you as a coach, and what have you learned that you're going to be able to implement here at Beachwood?
Well, I think it's everything. I'm growing up in a football family, like you said, going to games with my dad when I, could just start walking, so going to the practices and everything like that, and had a huge impact on the way I live my life and the reason why I got into this profession, kind of seeing them, how much they helped players, and they continue to help players, is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's kind of where I'm at now, and that's why I'm coaching and why I took this job.
You played at Mount Union under arguably one of the greatest football coaches in the college game, Larry Karras. What did you learn from him that impacts you as a high school coach?
Everything. He's obviously, his record speaks for himself. He's a tremendous leader. The winning percentages and everything and all that is obviously outstanding. That's what a lot of people see. But there's other things, discipline, the leadership role that he gave to us and that we're trying to pass on to the next generation here. Something that I really took from him. How it really even take each week, game by game. We never, even though we won a ton of games, we never looked past an opponent. We always took everyone, serious as we could. We prepared hard, and that's really what I took from it is, preparation is everything. And it's not the national championships that you would talk about with Coach Karras. It's really the process of how you get there and how each week you prepared for that team.
What are some of the short-term goals you have here at Beachwood?
Well, I think you always want to set the goal high. I was fortunate enough to win a state championship in high school as a player, won a couple national championships in college. I'm bringing on coaches that have had similar success. So that's what we're going to try and instill here at Beachwood is that championship mentality. At the same time, saying that is the ultimate goal is, to win as many games as you can, to qualify for the playoffs, and once you're in there, take a shot and see what you can do as far as the ultimate goal of winning a state championship. Now, with that being said, you got to just prepare every day, do the best you can every single day, and at the end, let it all lie there at the end and see how you did.
Beachwood was 7-3 last year. Just missed the playoffs by a fraction of a playoff point.
Right.
So obviously, you're coming into a pretty good situation.
Right.
What do you know about the team? I'm sure you did a little bit of research, and just what do you see out of this group so far?
Well, without actually meeting the kids or anything like that, like you mentioned, they went 7-3 last year. It's a tremendous credit to the previous coaching staff and to the previous group of seniors and the kids that are going to be. Will be back at Beachwood next year. With that being said, they lost a couple close games, I know, and we're gonna, my goal is to try and get them over the hump here and get them into the playoffs. And I know that's a lofty goal, and I know, but that's what we're gonna strive for here. And it's gonna take a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication from not only the players but the coaches, everybody involved in the program.
Coming from a defensive coordinator's position at Brunswick, you're going to be responsible for everything here at Beachwood. Mm-hmm. What type of offense are you looking at running?
Well, what Coach Karras would always say is players, formations, plays. And all that means is if you have two good running backs and a good tight end, then you're going to have two running backs and a tight end on the field. If you have four good receivers and a good quarterback and a good tailback, you're going to be four receivers set with the tailback and that quarterback. So really play to your strengths is really what I'm going to come in thinking. I do want to operate out of the shotgun just because I think that gives the quarterback a little bit more. It adds another element as far as him being a runner. The defense, I know, being a defensive coordinator, having to account for that quarterback, possibly pulling the ball down and running, I think is hard and it's difficult. So really offensively, the mindset is going to be what I really did not like to face defensively is a no-huddle offense that changes the tempos up. that spreads the field as far as horizontally, vertically, but still at the same time has a solid running attack and is aggressive coming off the ball. Defensively, I think you have to be able to have. Am I over? Or is that?
Yeah, keep going with
Okay,
defense.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Defensively, I think you have to have answers, and I think you have to have an aggressive defense that's going to stop the other team from running the ball. Most importantly, an aggressive defense, like I said, running to the football, making tackles, turnovers are huge, stressing key situations like third down, getting off the field, are all important, and then having answers to what each offense, because each offense every week is going to possess a different set of problems. One week it might be 2-back tight end. The next week it's going to be 4 receivers. So within your defense, you have to have different answers without changing the whole scheme of your defense. The kids have to know it and feel comfortable in the defense and be ready to play.
All right, and then just looking at your coaching staff, it's, the ink hasn't dried on the contract yet, so I'm sure you don't have anybody in place, but what are you looking for in assistant coaches?
Right, well, we're working on a few guys, and like I mentioned earlier, I think the character of the assistant coaches, guys that are willing to work really hard, put in the hours, and coach in a positive way, bringing out the most of their position group or their side of the ball, whatever it may be, but to have that positive impact on the kids is something that I'm looking for. And like I mentioned, I want coaches that have either coached in playoff games or played in playoff games or competed in state championships, national championships, all those things, because I think that they obviously know how to do it the right way, and I want those type of coaches on my staff.
Excellent. And just last question, what's your timeline now? You've got to meet the kids, you've got to get them into the weight room, you've got to do some off-season things, you got to get ready for that first game in August. How do you approach this now as the head coach?
Well, meet with the players tomorrow right after school at 3:30, I believe. From there, spend the rest of the week really trying to solidify the coaching staff. We're not going to have the kids lifted all this week. We'll bring them in next Monday and really kick things off at 3:30. And get them going there, hour lift, 3:30 to 4:30. We're going to have a mini camp that first week they get out from school. That'll be a four-day practice. You're allowed 10 throughout the summer, so we'll do 4 there. Take them to Mount Union for a team camp. That'll be 4 days. That'll be an overnight camp, and then 2 more in July. And that'll, along with the lifting, on the other days. And that'll take us right up to double sessions, and then from there, you're locked in, and season's right there. So it's not much of a break in the summer, but that's okay. We got short time. We got to get the guys going here.
All right, excellent. And good luck to you, Mike, as you begin your career as a head coach here at Beachwood.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.